to Painted Purple Life. My name is Jo. It's a really exciting video today because I got my hands on something limited edition from the Sephora US website. Fingerprints and all, I present to you the Marc Jacobs Free Spirit 224 Style Icon 20 Holiday 2015 palette. It's quite a mouthful, but it's worth it. This palette is really good, really exciting. I'm really happy we've got my hands on it. I've only had it for a couple of days, so this is kind of a first impressions, although I've been playing with the colours non-stop, and I've already formed some quite strong opinions about it, which I'm going to tell you about. So I'm going to insert some pictures of the box, the insert, and some close-up of the colours, and then I'll come back on the other side and we'll have a bit of a chat about the price, the value, whether it's worth it, how it compares to other palettes out there. So I will see you on the other side. So as you saw, there is the box. Like the actual palette itself, this one accumulates fingerprints like nobody's business. It's got this kind of intergalactic holographic thing going on, and on the back of it, it has a picture of the palette. And you'll notice that none of the eyeshadows in the palette have names, they all have numbers, and the numbering is horizontal, so 1 through 5, 6 through 10, 11 through 15, and 16 through 20. Inside the box, there is this insert, which again has a picture of the palette, and it shows you 5 different looks. So each look is based on 4 shades, and the 4 shades are the columns in the palette. So although it is numbered horizontally, the looks are vertical. So you've got the Libertine, which is kind of based around the purples. You've got the Poet, the Wild Child, the Artist, and the Bohemian. However, this is makeup. You can do what you like. You can do things however you want. I really like the way that it opens. It's in keeping with its kind of luxury feel. So this silver bar here, you push it in, and you probably can't see, but very gently this opens so you don't have to break a fingernail. The mirror is huge. I can see all of my very round plate face in it. It closes with a satisfying click. It's a sizable palette, but I do think that you could travel with it if you're careful. In terms of the range of colours, I think that this is a pretty good palette. You've got warm and cool tones. You have a variety of textures. The top row is all matte shades. In the third row you have 2 matte shades, and in the 4th row you also have 2 matte shades. Then you have these satin shades here. These 2 are great. And then you have 4 shades that have got visible, discernible sparkle glitter particles in them. So what Marc Jacobs suggests in terms of the looks that are the vertical looks going down, they suggest that the top colour, that you would use that as a brow bone to lash line colour all over the lid, I suppose in effect to prime the lid. I tend not to do that. In fact, I never do that. And in addition, with this palette, all of the shades in the top row are matte. They're all based around the colour white, so on my skin they appear quite chalky. I have to say that they work better on the lids than you would have seen in the swatches, but it's only really shades 2 and 5 that I could potentially use. Shades 1, 3 and 4, I'm not bothering with those at all. So the top colour is brow bone to lash line, the second colour is all over your lid, the third colour is your transition shade, and the 4th colour is your outer V shade. Now, I don't know about you, but I tend not to do my makeup in that order. I would tend to do transition colour first, and then go into the lid colour and then the outer V, or sometimes, depending on what the lid colour is going to be, I might do the outer V first and then the lid colour. Anyway, the palette itself, it's pretty big, it's pretty hefty. You get a total of 16 grams of product. Each of the shadows in the palette is 0.8 grams, so that's approximately half of a MAC refill. But let's talk about value, and let's do a bit of the maths. So I picked up this palette from Sephora, where it's $99. Unlike in the UK, where the price you see is the price you pay. In America, you have to pay duties and taxes on top. I'm not going to complicate things further by working out what that was, because I made quite a big order from Sephora, so the duty and taxes is for everything that I ordered as opposed to for individual items. So if we talk about it just in terms of the price, $99 converts more or less to £65, and £65 divided by 16 grams is approximately £4 per gram of product. Now, a MAC refill shadow is 1.5 grams, and you pay £10 for that, so it's approximately £6.66 per gram of shadow. If you look at a Chantecaille trio, you get 3 eyeshadows, which is 7 grams in total, and that is £65, I believe, so that's coming out at something like £9 a gram. And if you look at Tom Ford, it's £64 for 4 shades, which is 10 grams in total, so it's about £6.40 per gram of eyeshadow. So if you think about it in the context of other luxury brands, the value of this one speaks for itself. The value also works out to be better than if you buy the Marc Jacobs in the 7 palette, and also he does a trio palette. So in terms of value, I think it's really good, and it's in keeping with what I would pay for other brands that are in this category. Obviously it doesn't compare to a Makeup Revolution or a Rimmel, but if you're talking about like for like, it comes out, for me anyway, more or less the same. Even though this top row for me is not the best row, as a woman of colour, I having used those colours, I know that they blend out better on the lid than they do in the swatch. You know, I think that you can find these kind of matte shades in other places, and these are not shades that I'm normally drawn to. And you can find kind of, this green reminds me of like a Gucci colour, you know, you can find these colours elsewhere, but to have them all in a palette, to have them all from Marc Jacobs, and this is my first Marc Jacobs purchase, I just really like this palette, I have to say. I prefer this palette to the Narcissist palette. I know, controversial, but I just do. I prefer the colours. I don't think it's overpriced. I think it's an expensive palette. I do. You can't say that it's not, but I don't think it's overpriced compared to other palettes that I have purchased and that are also on my wish list. I think the packaging is beautiful, despite the fact that it's just really fingerprinty, but you just have to accept it and move on. The mirror is ginormous. I can see all of my very big round plate face in it. And I just like it. I just like it a lot. I'm looking forward to doing all kinds of looks with it. I'm wearing it today. I didn't follow the vertical pattern. If you're in the market for something like this, it's a great palette. If you're a pro artist, you may find that these are colours that you can find elsewhere. But I'm really impressed with this palette. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think? Have I persuaded you? Have I enabled you to make this purchase? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.